Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Abrazo Football Podcast. Brooks Guerrero, how does it go?
Good. It's finally freezing here. Wind is blowing hard. Power went out like 3 times last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we failed to mention that in our pre-call
Yeah.
conversation. How cold is it?
I mean, it's cold for us. So well, now it's 20 degrees, but it had been like, this is the highest it's been in like 3 or 4 days. So it's usually like 18. Tomorrow it's back down to 18 as the high for the next week. So yeah, it was
Dude,
crazy. I mean, I woke up to some weird noises, but it was like the AC and heater resetting, and I look over at my alarm clock. I have like an actual clock, and it was just flashing zero. I'm like, what the
yeah.
heck happened? The
What
the smart
happened?
lights had turned on because you know how when it resets, they're like on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, everything went back on. I turned everything off, and then it happened like two more times. So I just turned off all the lights so that it wouldn't keep waking us up or whatever. So, but it's fine. It's
Amazing.
early for you. Sorry that it's so early for you.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good, dude. I mean, like I said, we moved to an apartment complex like a few days ago, and our neighbors woke us up at like 4 this morning, so I've been up ever since. Again, it's like there's no good football on this morning. It's
No, there's really
also
not.
basically winter here as well. Our apartment, so check this out. Our apartment is literally like I don't know. We don't really know how to the heat. I think the heat's just not turned on yet, and we haven't told them yet. Like I'm freezing right now, and I'm wearing short sleeves, which I shouldn't be. The other night and last night, and pretty much every night that we've been here, it's been so cold I can't sleep. Like I just sit in bed like shaking and shivering. I just like hooked on Haley like a koala bear, just not letting go. She's like, "You're crushing me. I need it. I'm so sorry. I need this. I need it. I need to be warm." I'm considering buying a heated blanket
That's so
because
funny.
yeah, part of me is like, well, like I didn't have to work in a cold house. Maybe that's just how it is. But like, this can't be real. Like, it's like 65 degrees in this house, which is, I guess, is about 20 degrees Celsius. So, what you consider cold, I also consider cold indoors.
Yeah, I mean, but I like to sleep in cold weather. I don't know how you are. Like, I sleep better when it's cold.
I can't sleep. People say that I can't sleep in cold. It has to be warm. Like, I need to be breaking a sweat. Like, I need to be uncomfortably warm to sleep. Like, so warm that I, like, essentially pass from heat exhaustion. Anything else won't work. It's no good. It's no good.
No, I can't do that. I gotta be freezing. No, so it's been good. We've been sleeping better. Um,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. Welcome to apartment life. This dude owns multiple
Yeah.
houses and now moved into the first apartment complex.
The
Getting woken up by
just
the.
visit. Well, check this out. So like we're like downtown, but we can see our house in the avenues from our living room. And there's like I was telling you, I was like, this is crazy. Like we're like looking at like this extremely nice house while we live in like a 700 square foot apartment. And like the kids are like refuse to move out. It's like, we want to stay. They're like, yeah, we're gonna extend a year. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just go live in a
Fine.
1 bedroom apartment with no heat and like I don't know, like, no windows in my office. Anyway,
That's so funny.
oh, Brooks, let's get into it, my friend. Let's get
All right.
into it. So I think it's been about over a year, about half a season and a season. I can't remember the specifics, but Erik Ten Hag has been in the job for at least a season and a half at this point
Yeah.
over at Manchester United. And people are starting to question whether or not he's the man for the job. And I guess I wanted your take on Erik Ten Hag and his tenure at Manchester United thus far.
I just feel like it's not great. Um, it's yeah, it's not great. I mean, you brought this up like a year and a half ago when he signed on. He was like, "Here's my non-negotiables" or whatever, and it seems like he hasn't even stuck to those. So, like for example, Marcus Rashford's partying after a Man City defeat, which is actually also his birthday party, which I don't
It
know
was
why
his
that
birthday.
why was that a big deal? Anyway, um,
Like, I'm not going to tell my birthday because
yeah,
we
you
lost
don't.
to the best team in the world.
And what do you want me to do? Sit home and cry on my birthday? It's not happening. But it's just things
Yeah.
like that. Like he's just not. It's almost seems like he's like a no, he's like a pushover. It's like, well, I know I can get away with these things because he doesn't mean what he says. But that's just kind of my interpretation of like how he came in strong, but really hasn't been backing up his word as far as those promises go. I just, you watch them and it's like I just don't really understand what they're trying to do out there. It's like, what are they do? Like, what's the plan? When they come out, when they come off the kickoff, it's like, well, I don't see a plan. I don't see a plan. I don't see what they're trying to pull off. I don't see. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, well, what are you trying to do? And I still, after it's been this is the start of his, I mean, 10 games, 11, 12 games into his second season, and I'm still like very baffled as to what it is that they're trying to do. It's they're not, yeah, I don't know. It's like some days it's the long ball, some days they're playing down the wings, some days they're trying to go through the middle. I don't, it doesn't make sense. Some days they play out the back. So yeah, I don't know if it's recruiting or what, but it makes no sense when you watch them, to me personally.
Dude, nobody knows what Erik Ten Hag's philosophy. Nobody. He doesn't know. You don't know. Uh, Gary Neville doesn't know. Okay, Graham Souness, nobody knows. Wayne Rooney, Ronaldo, anyone, X-Men, any player watching the play, nobody knows what the plan is. I think he's selective with the rules, right? Like Marcus Rashford is fine, and I guess he's hurt now. So, but he would play regardless, of going out and partying, and he's trying to be hard, telling Harry Maguire got to find another club. Harry's now starting games,
Yeah.
but then Jadon Sancho, he's like, okay, like of all the people, like I'm gonna let Anthony play, but I'm going to tell you no until you
Yeah.
like. He's still like people forget, like he's still not playing because he hasn't apologized. Which I mean, at this point, he's definitely going to outlast the manager. I doubt he's still in his job come Thanksgiving. He definitely by the end of the year he'll have been
Do you
fired.
think Ten Hag will be gone?
So
He'll be gone?
I think so. There's no way. Like you can't like if like whether he has like an idea of what he wants to do or not. Like you just said, you don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
I've heard several ex pros and other talk show pundits say they don't know what he's doing. So this isn't like a joke, like, oh yeah, like we don't know what he's doing, but like there's like literally no one knows what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Like it's you do not know what you are doing. You bought all of your players from Ajax to play in the Premier League and it's not working out. You just gotta own that. You gotta
Yeah.
own that. And I mean I don't know why you would think that's a good idea. To say like maybe bring one or two over and give them a season or two, see how it goes. But you brought over like five players from Ajax, right? Goalkeepers, defenders, wingers, outside backs, and it ain't working, bro. So yeah, I forgot what we were saying, but I think my assessment of Ten Hag is he'll be gone. And obviously, Man U. I mean, they won yesterday, right? Bruno Fernandez last
Yeah.
minute goal. And it's like, I mean, I get it. A win is a win, but if you, and obviously, I don't have, look at this shirt. I can't say a lot about being a winner at this point, but like, if you want to win, like winning last minute games like that, and like you're not, like, this is not what Manchester United this isn't what Manchester United should be. Like, they should, like, you look, and this might be a segue, you look at what Spurs are doing. They should have hired Ange Postecoglou. I hate to say this. He's a winner. That man is a winner. That man is a winner. And it pains me to say it.
I hate to
I can't
see
say
it.
it.
I
It
hate
just
to
makes
see
me
it.
I hate to see it. It just makes me sad. I'm like, why didn't another club get this manager? And he could have done great things for them. Meanwhile, we're languishing with Pochettino.
Yeah,
And
okay. So
you
with
guys,
Postecoglou or whatever you say his name,
Postecoglou,
you think that's gonna
Ange
last? It's not
Postecoglou.
gonna. I mean, it's not gonna because it's pretty impressive. Like you got to give them credit. Obviously, we're not taking anything from them because they've been playing amazing and they, for the very first time I mean, the Spurs haven't been awful. Aside, awful. Um, but they've had Harry Kane. One of the great strikers to ever do it. But I mean, they got James Madison looking amazing, Son looking amazing. They have that Pedro Porro looking
Kulusevski.
like everyone is
Pedro
firing
Porro
right
says
now. Yeah, like they're from their back line to their attack. Like it's something that I just never thought I would see. So like good for
they're
them, but
on.
like also,
They're so on.
yeah, it's like one of these seasons though that I almost don't know how much longer they can sustain it. Um, so I don't know. I don't see them holding off, you know, City till the end of the year. Really don't even see them holding off Arsenal for the end of the year. And Arsenal's worse this year than they were last year, I think. But I'm just surprised how good they are with losing Harry Kane.
Yeah, they look better.
They look
They look
way. I
better.
mean, you said it though a lot. Like, you know, this guy just gives you goals, and they're not. I think you said it. You're like, this is not like. It's like if he wasn't there, you would still be essentially winning these, you know, games because he's not giving you game winning goals. Essentially, he's giving you 20 plus goals a season, and they're not like defining the game. So I think that, you know,
Hmm.
you called that out like a year ago. Like, you know, if you could just spread that 100,000 out, which I think they've done a good job of, they're playing a more
Yeah,
complete type of football
yeah,
and not relying
yeah,
on
man.
one man.
One man, yeah, to get you 30 goals, but 18 to 25 of them came as second and third goals in games that
Yeah,
were already won. I mean, no disrespect to Harry Kane. He's the captain of a country. He's doing great things. Played their Klassiker, got a hat trick against BVB
15
yesterday.
goals
So
in 10 games, isn't it? His first 10 games, unbelievable.
something like that. But I mean, that's what you expect from that, right? That's like
Yeah.
that is. But what you don't expect is 12. Is it 12 goals out of 12 games for Jude Bellingham? That's what you don't expect. That's what you don't expect.
Scoring
And
two in
this, let
his
me ask,
first Classico, winning it, literally
bruh,
winning the game for them.
bruh, that's my dog. Let me ask you. But this is okay. So this is like what? Okay, so like we're not going to talk about the Ballon d'Or because we already did. But I was thinking about it. Like Erling Haaland obviously is a phenomenal talent, and as far as goal scoring goes, right? He's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
But Jude Bellingham is a goal scorer and a defensive midfielder and an attacking midfielder. Like he does everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Like I don't like. I mean, obviously we've seen players like this. It's just so incredibly rare to see a player that can like literally do everything. You know, at an elite level. Like I was watching something and they were like showing like the charts. They were like comparing him to like other defensive midfielders, and they're like, he's at the top. They're comparing him to like strikers. They're like, compare him to like a central striker. He's at the top. Compare him to like other midfielders. He's at the top. And I'm like, well, I mean, and also shout out to Erling Haaland. I hope he gets better. So I think he got injured yesterday.
Who?
Scattered. Haaland got
Uh,
injured. I
well,
think.
I don't know. I turned it off. That game was 6. But yeah, he
Yeah,
twisted an ankle. I don't know how I mean he went off at halftime, but I think he's coming. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. I think he'll be back. But
okay.
I mean, to your point, dude, Marcus Rashford. I mean, Jude Bellingham, basically a teenager. He just turned 20, and he's
Yeah.
playing for the one of the best clubs in the world, winning them games, basically captaining them. I just what I love most about this is that he's making Tony Kroos eat his words.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what he said at the beginning of the season when they paid up for a 19-year-old and he wasn't very happy
Mm-hmm.
about it. But this dude is making everybody in the whole league look silly. But he's making Real Madrid and Perez look like geniuses for paying that amount of money for him, because he's evidently showing that he's worth every penny of it. And I know we talked about the Ballon d'Or. To your point, Riley Hahn is an incredible goal scorer. So we're not going to go deep into this because we already did last time. But I think he got the right award by being crowned the best goal scorer of Europe. Like that obviously had to go to him. But the way it's looking right now, Jude Bellingham's winning the Ballon d'Or next year.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I
He
think,
has to.
yeah, he has to because I think it would be good to have like a golden glove for a keeper and like a golden boot, not for like the most goals scored, but like the most valuable goal scoring player. And then the Ballon d'Or could really go to like the best
The
all around
best.
player,
Yeah.
like the true MVP, which in a lot of situations it very well could be the person that scored the most goals because
Yeah.
that's what wins games. But in the event that like like for example, like a Kevin De Bruyne situation where it's like, no, he didn't score as many goals as Erling Haaland, but like he was the battery in his back.
Yeah.
Like he was the battery that got him to a treble. Shout out to KDB as well. I hope he gets better. Also, shout out to the other Belgian, Jeremy Doku. That was crazy what he did yesterday.
Oh, you're looking like
I
Ronaldo,
think I'm getting a
phenomenal
Jeremy
Ronaldo.
Doku jersey.
But that Akanji goal, because it went off Akanji's like shoulder.
Yeah.
At first, I felt bad for Doku, but then when they replayed it, I was like, oh, that ball was going way out. So
It
that
was
should have
going way
definitely
out. Yeah.
that would have been
Same.
he would have been pulled off the
Same.
field if he wouldn't have hit Akanji.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, how often does a ball go off someone's the back? I was like, there has to be a handball in there somewhere. Like, nah, it's clean.
I love to see Akanji scoring goals any which way though, so that was nice.
Swiss boy getting goals. Yeah, that was Man City's the cheat code. I thought they were down. They aren't down anymore.
Yeah, because
Like
what they lost two in a row, but they were like, nah,
they
okay,
lost
you
one
ready to
row, and I
step
was
it
like,
up?
it's over. God, we're good. We're good. Okay. Well, speaking of players that are good, another Manchester United player, Marcus Rashford, is I guess we could say not playing great right now, Brooks.
Yeah. But so
But
sorry, go
oh
ahead.
no,
I was just gonna say, like, I called him, I think it was like 2 years ago on this podcast, I called him the next Theo Walcott. And then he made me eat my words because he was, scoring insane, playing out of his mind. But I mean, it's like I'm going back to what I said earlier. I feel like he's like the next Theo Walcott. He was like promised to be the next great English star, supposed to do big things.
this is all I can
Theo
say about
Walcott,
my man Marcus.
what?
Don't come first off. Don't compare him to Theo. That's disrespect. Do not compare him to Theo Walcott.
Hey, Theo got
I know what
injuries
you
though.
mean, though. I know what you mean. This is what Marcus Rashford should have did, dude. He should have went to Paris two
Yeah,
seasons ago, and he would be okay right now. You can't. Nothing good is going to come from staying at Manchester United. Whether he's fallen off or he's inconsistent or he's not good anymore, that all very well. It could be true, but it also could just be you're playing at Manchester United, where like that's not, like all that's going to do is make you look worse at this point in your
yeah,
career is playing at Man U. Like you will not be perceived, at least right now, playing at Man U. So I'm not saying he doesn't have any blame. I'm just saying he
yeah,
should have
yeah,
left the club.
yeah. I agree. I
He should
agree.
have left the club. Now he
Yeah.
has a signature shoot from 19 and he hasn't scored a goal in like over a month. It's ridiculous.
So yeah, it's obviously. I mean, the shoe's hot though. I love that white and
Oh, yeah, with the
the
red and the pink or whatever.
yeah, this looks good. But I mean, yeah, I mean to your point, well, you said this off camera. Yeah, Nike had been designing this shoe with this guy when he was on top of the world. So just coming out at the wrong time. Because it's funny, I saw him on there. I was like, first of all, it's kind of weird to see. Not weird to see him on a Mercurial ad, just because he's one of the top players on that wears that. But then I read a little deeper, and I was like, this is his signature shoe that they're pushing right now. That
Yeah.
man got a signature shoe playing for Man United, scoring no goal. I mean, there was a period of time last year where he was on fire, though. How many games did he go in a row with scoring a goal?
Yeah.
That's has to be
Well,
said.
dude,
But
I feel like this is like Nike. I guess I don't understand the strategy. And like with soccer, I feel like with soccer, it's so much harder to like be able to figure out who's going to be good or in form when their shoe comes out. I
yeah,
remember like with Neymar, like when he switched to Mercurials with Nike before he went to Puma, literally every time his signature shoe dropped, he was
he was
injured.
hurt.
Yeah, and it was like, yo, we got to put out the Neymar Samba Mercurial 9 because like it's been like we made 200,000 of them, but Neymar's injured for 6 months. Here's his shoe, I guess.
But they sold anyway,
So
right? Didn't Neymar
I feel
stuff
like the
always
Neymar
sells? I feel
sold.
like.
I feel like the Neymar sold. He just didn't wear them. Like he just couldn't promote them.
Yeah.
And then like I feel like there's a bunch of players I feel like got signature shoes all when they weren't doing good. Like you remember Jadon Sancho got his own Superfly,
Yeah.
and like that was his first and last because it came when he was bad. Then this is another one. Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount got their own signature shoes
No,
two
they
seasons ago at
what?
Chelsea. they like it was just like it didn't say like it didn't have like their logo or anything. It was just like it was one of them was a phantom for Mason, and then the mercurial
Oh,
suit was for Tammy.
I
And they
remember
were
the
just like
Phantom
black.
formation. I don't remember Tammy's though. Okay, okay,
Like they did the ad, and they were like Tammy and Mason, Chelsea, boyhood Chelsea boys get their own boyhood boot, and it was just like a black and a blue boot. I bought him. I bought it. I had
okay.
to buy it, but I was just like, this was under Frank Lampard. I was like, okay, like I get it, we're all on board, but like, what did they do to deserve a shoe? Is like they thought like Frank Lampard was going to bring success to the club, and they're going to be flying like these guys are. I mean, it's the same year they won the Champions League, so I mean, it's not all bad, but
Yeah.
man, signature shoe for these two boys. Me, yeah, but like the rest of the world, like is anyone checking or the Mason Mount Phantom? Probably not. I don't know.
Probably not. No, because that Jadon Sancho, that Mercurial was fire, but like, I mean, I don't even know
Yeah.
what happened to it. But also to your point, Raheem Sterling, when he moved to Chelsea, they came out with that New Balance special edition for him, and really bad first year at Chelsea, unfortunately. So, yeah, it seems like that's kind of what's going on right now. They just
Mm-hmm.
almost every time these boys get a signature colorway, things don't seem to be going well for them, except for Holland
Mbappe. They're the
and
only two.
Mbappe. Yeah. Obviously, you got Ronaldo, you got Messi, but aside from those two,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ronaldo consistently did his, but yeah.
yeah,
The only thing is, I feel like Erling Haaland. I feel like all the boots they give him are always ugly. They give him like such ugly. Like I feel like they like. I don't know if it's like if Erling Haaland's like I want like shoes that are so ugly people can't stop but look. But like I feel like they're always so ugly.
well, they're never really a personalized colorway or like a Marcus Rashford edition or a Jadon Sancho with um his favorite, what was it, hot sauces at that chicken spot. I forget what the name of that
Yeah.
spot is. Nando's.
Yeah.
Like it
Like
was never something
yeah.
personal. With it was just like, here's a colorway that we're gonna mass produce. No one's gonna buy it because it's mad ugly, but go ahead and wear this. Actually,
Yeah.
the Flywire or the Flyknit colorway, like that rainbow one, was kind of fire that he had that Holland wore.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I like most of them just because they're. I mean, I like
Crazy.
sometimes I like an ugly shoe, but
Yeah, yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I don't
Um,
know. What else?
right. Well,
Well, okay, hold on, real quick. I got a cool question. So you think that Jadon Sancho is going to outlast Erik Ten Hag at Man United?
yeah. I think coach will be gone by the end of the year, and if that happens, January window rolls around. They're like, well, should we sell Jadon? We can't get a lot of money for him. We may as well keep him and see if a different manager can get money out of him. Maybe
Okay.
he comes good. He probably won't. Manchester United won't come good, but yeah, I think like I don't. Yeah, I just think he'll outlast Erik Ten Hag, which doesn't seem that hard right now, considering he's like
Yeah, I kind of
dangling
think
by a
that, I mean,
string.
this whole like takeover isn't yet completed by like the Ratcliffes or whatever. He's
Yeah,
committed
Jim
another
Ratcliffe.
245 million to like take over the majority, I guess, in the Glazers. But I kind of think that they're just holding, not trying to do anything until he gets there, but
Yeah,
or until he takes full control or majority control or whatever over it. But I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Ten Hag. I don't. I mean, I feel like with the way that people usually fire managers, and the way that Man United wants to be winning, like he should have been gone.
oh yeah, he should have been fired last year. He should have been fired when he fired Ronaldo, in my opinion. But that's all I'm gonna say. Like, I mean, it's well documented. We don't like
Yeah.
him.
Nah.
I almost hate him. I only like I wanted Man U to lose so bad yesterday.
Same.
I was so angry when they scored that last minute winner.
I just want Jadon Sancho to get a real chance under a real manager. That I mean,
Come to Chelsea.
in
Come
England.
play when you're
Yeah.
with us, dude. Come play with your boy Cole Palmer. Come play
Yeah.
with us in London, West London boys. We probably suck too, but at least you'll be able to play. Like you'll at least be able to play. You'll make it to the field. You'll make it to the stadium. Like he shows up to Old Trafford, they're like, you can't come in. The boss said you're not welcome here. He's like, I play for the club. He's like, they're like, no. Eric said no. He said you're not. You didn't apologize yet. You can't even come here. Go back to like Shrewsbury Park and practice with the under 12s or whoever he has him practicing with.
All
All right,
right.
man. What else you got?
Just the World Cup. I mean, Saudi Arabia won the bid for 2034. What are your thoughts on that? I want to know really like,
I think it's it. I think listen, this is all I'm going to say. Like obviously there's a lot. I'll keep it sporting. Saudi Arabia is not a footballing nation. Okay, yeah, now they're spending a lot of money. You don't get to just spend a lot of money. I guess you do because they're
you
getting
do.
it. They
Yeah.
do get to spend a lot of money. To me, like they're not a footballing nation. It's hard to get to Saudi Arabia. It's not like it just doesn't make sense for fans. Like it's hard for fans of the sport to travel to Saudi Arabia to watch a World Cup. Hopefully, they do a better job in Qatar. And there's like they get flights and they have accommodations for everybody,
Right.
and there's no like crazy rules that prevent people from enjoying the sport the way they otherwise would if it was a country that had less restrictions. I personally think I think it's too soon to have another World Cup bid won by someone in that region. Also, like Qatar, America, Europe, Qatar, or basically the Middle East again. Like we could go to Asia, we could go to South America, we could go to Africa, we could go to, I mean, stay in Europe, we could go live. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I
Yeah.
feel like there's so many better places to do a World Cup than Saudi Arabia. But
Yeah.
money talks.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad mostly because obviously, South Americans, so like, I would have wanted it to go there. And I don't know if this was exactly the same year that Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay wanted, but it just, I think it was 20. Yeah. Anyway, it's just, I don't know. The most World Cups by like continent are, if I'm not mistaken, South America. I mean, it could be, I mean, it's three for Argentina, it's five for Brazil, depending on
The
if you
four
talk to,
for Uruguay.
yeah, I think it's like they think it's three, but it's really two, or they think it's four, but it's really three. I can't remember.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it's
There's
regardless,
yeah,
it's a lot, you know? And so for it not to go there, but to like get a little consolation and play two or three games in South America before they end up going to Europe slash Northern Africa to play the rest of the World Cup. It's like how why can't South America
yeah.
get
Well,
their
yeah.
own, you
South
know?
America should have just got that one, and then the one that Qatar has should be the Portugal, Spain, Morocco,
Yeah. And then you can
and
push
then
Qatar to
maybe at that
2038, I
point
guess,
Qatar
or
could be that one.
Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia. Yeah.
yeah, or Saudi. Yeah, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I like with that. Yeah, this like the three South American games, and then going to Europe and
It's
Africa.
weird.
I think that's insane.
Yeah.
It's just like just do the tournament and just do it in South America. Like just do the tournament in South America. Like no one would have a problem. I promise you, no one would have a problem with the World Cup being in Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina.
Yeah. I mean, I
Least of
sure
all,
certainly wouldn't.
Argentines. Yeah, least of all Argentines. But it's like,
Yeah.
yo, we're gonna move it over here. It's like, no, like I mean, I get it. Like, oh, actually, no, I don't. I don't get it. I legitimately do not get it. Who's stopping you from doing it? No one would complain. Just say, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it in Argentina.
Well, the
End of
problem I
story.
think is money. Like they just are, South America doesn't obviously come from the amounts of money that the Middle Eastern countries do, or even obviously Europe. So I think that they just okay, well, we'll appease you, South Americans, and give you a couple games there, but then we're going to move the whole lot of it back to Europe. Where Portugal, Spain, and Morocco are giving us more money or something. But I don't know. It's just it's a little bit like disheartening a bit because it just seems like, yeah, it really is all just about. I mean, I personally love a European World Cup anyway. Like all of my favorite Euro World Cup memories are European. You got France '98
France,
or Germany.
Italy.
Like, yeah, all those ones to me are like very, very special and magical. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only other thing I could think of as far as like saying no to South America was infrastructure wise. Did they not think they could handle all of that? I mean, they have amazing stadiums where Argentine national team plays, Uruguay national team plays. I don't know how many. Maybe with this bigger expansion, they needed even more stadiums, and there just weren't any five-star European or UEFA or FIFA
Yeah,
qualified
yeah.
stadiums.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, you still got to say that they've got more than I would imagine Saudi Arabia has, and they 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 frequently house huge games just in Argentina and Uruguay alone. So I think that given time, it's what 6 years from now would have been able
They
to
could
accomplish all that. But
expand it. Like,
yeah,
oh, you need more lights, you need more seating. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Like wherever plays or Boca Juniors, like that's
yeah.
definitely big enough to host a World Cup final. Like there's, there's yeah, the capacity is there.
River for sure. River's
It's
huge. Boca's is a little bit weird, but it's like the most probably the most one of the most iconic stadiums in the sport. So is Rivers though, the Monumental. That they're both, I mean, incredible. I don't. I do think that maybe FIFA. It's not like the Boca is probably not a top rated one. I know that where River plays, it is. That's where Argentina's home games usually are, and they've done a couple at Boca's, but it's a tight squeeze
it,
there at the Bombonera.
yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. 85,000 people can fit in River Plate, right?
Yeah,
Just under 60. But that's still like for a regular like knockout
yeah,
stage,
yeah.
group stage,
Dude, eighty
get
five
60
thousand at
people.
River.
Mhm.
Jeez, that's
So that's
insane.
that's up there. I mean, once you get up to 80, it's like okay, the difference between 80 and 100. I mean, yeah, it's there, but like most stadiums, like 65. If it's 65,
Yeah,
you're like
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
huge.
yeah,
Yeah, so 85 is that's
yeah.
extremely high amount of fans, and obviously it would be more for World Cup. Like their standing room, they're going to bring out like floor seats, so it's
Right.
probably going to hit like 90.
Yeah,
They're gonna fit as many people in that stadium as possible.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, all right.
gotta go.
Anything else? You gotta go.
Go. Yeah, I got. There's a lot of Spurs plays Chelsea tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to get a prediction out there from you.
I hope
Shouldn't be
Spurs
that hard.
win. I'm gonna say Spurs. I need Spurs. I mean, sorry, Chelsea. I need Chelsea to win this game.
I'm clipping this. You heard he said I Spurs win. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No, I want Chelsea
Disgusting.
to win. Chelsea need. I think Chelsea will come through. I think Chelsea. They need to play how they played against Arsenal, and they'll be fine.
It's 2-2. I I listen. We would be doing everyone a huge favor if we took Spurs down.
You would be doing
Right?
everyone a huge
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah. So we'll do
I
what we
think you can
can.
do it. I think you can do it. All right. Thanks for your
See you
time.
later, guys. Thanks for rocking with this. This is the Brazo Football Podcast. Catch you guys next. Peace.